Wait, I forgot my mic.
A few moments later.
So I've got some books here to wrap up, and I left off at Attachments by Rainbow Rowell, Highway Blue. One of those two. I'm pretty sure it was Highway Blue, though. And the first thing that I'm going to say is I did not, in fact, read the Eric LaRocca book I had picked out because I lost it. So, it's here somewhere, but I put it down in a bag and then I changed my work bag, and I didn't think to dig it back out until this very moment. So, anyway, I hope I don't look too crooked with the tripod that I'm having to use because I can't find my regular tripod. I had to decide what the best game plan was because I also didn't have that together before I hit record. Anyway, so the next book that I read after I finished Attachments and Highway Blue, because I read those really close together, was Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. And I thought this was supposed to be a little bit more scary than it was, but I did enjoy it. Personally, at first I didn't really like our main character. I was like, why out of all of the main characters did we choose this one? And as the story goes along, I kind of understand, because the final girls in Final Girl Support Group start getting plucked off one by one, and weird things start happening to them, and it just kicks off and goes from there because our main character Lynn decides that she thinks somebody is after them, and she goes on the hunt to find the person that's plucking them all off. And it's more of a thriller than a horror, I would say. And I mean, it was okay. Like, nothing really overly stands out to me. It was okay. It wasn't very fast paced. Once it took off, it got to going, but it wasn't, even though it's pretty short, it wasn't overly fast paced. So I could see where people had issues with this book, and I understand the complaints. I thought it was fine. I don't remember what I rated it. It'll be on the screen somewhere. Actually, I have my reading journal, so I don't know why I'm lying to you guys. I gave Final Girl Support Group a 4 stars. I wasn't expecting the twist in it, but it was pretty slow, so that kind of knocked it down a star. But overall, it was fine. I enjoyed it. 4 stars might have been a little bit generous, so there was that. I also kind of hit a little bit of a reading slump in between Attachments and the Highway Blue era. I had started a book, this one, All I Want by Darcy Bell, and I just didn't care. I didn't care about the characters. They were a little too perfect for me. I'm sure that was on purpose, but I didn't care, so I quit reading it. That's all I got there. I didn't get very far at all, maybe 20% in, so there was that. I also went to Branson, and on the way there, I wanted to listen to an audiobook, so I listened to Animal Farm by George Orwell, and I have beef with everyone, because why did nobody tell me that book was sad? Not a single soul that I've ever encountered in my life, teachers, nobody ever told me that book was sad. And it's a really short listen. Like, everybody should give that a listen. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner, actually. But anyway, 4.5 stars. I ate it up. I loved it flowed so well. There was no downtime in it. Honestly, I started it on a whim. So there was that. And this is the cover of the audiobook that I read, which is the one with the pig on it. And also, I just thought the pigs would maybe get overthrown, but they didn't. So there's that. And everybody knows that. That's not a spoiler. And then on the way back from Branson, I listened to Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I loved Gone Girl when I was in high school. I read that book, I tore it up, and then I just didn't read anymore by her. So it was available from the library. It didn't have a super long wait on it. So I rented it on Libby, and I listened to it on the way home, and I was so invested. Like, I kept those headphones on for way too long, and my ears were kind of sore. I enjoyed the audiobook so much. And the person that I thought did it. So that's all I'm going to say there. The person that I thought did it was guilty. 100% was guilty. And then all of a sudden they weren't. And I was confused. And maybe I missed something because I was a little too committed to my audiobook. But I was shook. It blew Gone Girl out of the water for me. To me, it's better than Gone Girl. I don't know why everyone got so wild about Gone Girl and everyone was reading Gone Girl. They should have been reading this one. They should have been reading Sharp Objects, because what was everyone doing when they were not reading Gone Girl? Because it wasn't reading Sharp Objects, that's for sure. So, there's that. And that's where I ended in my reading journal. So I am missing 2 entries in here, so I am still slacking quite a bit. I'm going to set that on my stack of Jonas Brothers shirts that came in the mail that I haven't unwrapped. I've really got it together. And sometime after I read those books, I was in the middle of reading this one and kept picking up other books to read, because the audiobook in the car just felt more wholesome than reading one in the car. But anyway, the next one that I also ate up was All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. And if you'll remember, one of my previous recent reads also had a Megan Miranda in it, and it was only a 3-star one. It was fine. It was in one of my Book of the Month boxes. It was fine. It was fine. Now this one, I liked this one. The only complaint I have is, like, every chapter was on a different day, and none of it, like, it all read fine, but towards the end it like jumped way back to the beginning, and it was always like 8 days before, 6 days before, and I don't know what those time frames were. I was kind of confused. I honestly didn't keep up with them, and clearly it didn't change my rating or my experience. But I will say that is something that kind of irked me, because I really don't know what happened in the order in which it happened. I guess I do, because I understand what happened, but I didn't pay attention to the time jumps, because if I had tried to pay attention to the time jumps, I would have got lost. Well, sorry, I was thinking about yawning because I almost yawned a while ago. Anyway, tore this one up. Solid, personally. Actually, it's not solid. I'll tell you what. This might have been a 5-star for me. I don't even remember what I rated it on Goodreads. That's true, because I didn't put it in my reading journal yet. But it's on Goodreads. I think it was a 4 stars. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen. I'm pretty sure I rated it 4 stars. It would have been 5 stars for me had, this is not a spoiler, had the ending of Whodunit not been an assumption. Because I stayed up way too late to read it when I had work the next day. Stayed up way too late reading this book, and was just ready to know, like, who did it. And it was pretty good. It kept it pretty covered to me. I didn't guess it very fast. And then at the ending, it did not solve whodunit. It was an assumption of whodunit. Like, and I ate it up. I was like, oh my gosh, I would have never guessed that person. Just, it never crossed my mind. And then I went to sleep, and I woke up, and the first thing I thought was, that wasn't an answer, that was an assumption. So, with that being said, 4 stars. to All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. And in the midst of all of this, my mother and I joined a book club that her cousin put together, and her cousin and her daughter and some people. And the first book in our book club, and I'm so proud of me because A, I joined a book club, and B, I read the book. So major accomplishment there. And our book club book was, or is, we meet for it in July because I'm an overachiever, because you never know if I'm going to get in a reading slump or not. But our first book was The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Now, out of the book club, I've read it, my cousin has read it, and 2 or 3 other members have read it. And the ones that haven't read it haven't even started it, or haven't finished it. They haven't even started it. This was a little addicting. The chapters super short, so you really just fly through it. The very beginning made me nauseous. Didn't like how the husband and wife talked about each other and how much they loved each other, and no, made me nauseous. You got to get through that. Thought I was going to need a Zofran to get through it, actually, but I didn't. I survived, and I think I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. And I really meant 4.5, but 4 stars on Goodreads for that one, because I also have not put this in my reading journal yet because I just finished it last night. And I have not started anything new. So I'll see you next time. I did reserve some things for the book club coming up, but I have not started anything yet. So I don't have any hopes. I have not unwrapped another book from my unwrapped thing that I'm trying to do because I slacked off on that. Mostly because I started watching TikTok and I saw people that have really long TBRs like I do, doing the spinner game, and I just didn't have it in me to do the spinner game, but I did get a little bored with the unwrapped thing. So the book club came at a perfect time, but now I'm addicted to watching the spinner videos on TikTok. So if you have any suggestions on how to make myself behave and read a little faster, other than the unwrapped thing and the spinner, let me know. But I'll see you next time, probably in like 6 months, when I decide to get out of the reading slump that I probably just put myself in.